What's the deal? Back at it. I figured I'd make a little video. I took some time out, putting together some subjects and everything else. But I'm back. Definitely like, subscribe, share 82 Brooklyn 7 on YouTube. Definitely check it out. Um, definitely get them likes up and everything else. Today I'm gonna talk about for a little bit toxic work environments / workplace bullying. Me being in working for so many years, nothing seemed to surprise me a lot of times about a lot of the workplace environment. Um, Dealing with this, from past as well as even recently. Um, you know, I just gotta say this: a lot of times the bullying part, I think a lot of times come from just workers being unhappy, and it helps create a toxic environment, and this all goes back to the management. I feel like a lot of people, especially in like corporate America and just the workforce period, whether corporately owned or private, they don't know how to really treat people, and this is why the workplace environment gets very toxic, and this is why even workplace violence start to really be on the rise. um, the thing is, a lot of times, it would be subtle little things, um like I've had it happen where it was like the work would be okay, and then all of a sudden the work would get like super slammed. They would purposely give you more work just so that you could burn yourself out and then make you want to quit the job. um Another thing, sometimes there's certain scenarios where people, you come around them, I'll come around people, and then all of a sudden they'll all be in like a little, cipher, whatever, little gathering, and all of a sudden, as soon as I come around, they just all stop talking. And then you'll hear like little snide remarks or little slick comments or things of that nature. A lot of times the workplace bullying also, they it's pretty much something that a lot of employees are pretty much miserable, and they feel like they gotta go ahead and get the upper hand by uh, treating other employees like nothing, and that has to stop. And I feel like a lot of times that has to definitely do with the management themselves. Period. Because if the management is not doing good on their part, and everybody in the work environment is all unhappy, then that's gonna all create a toxic environment. And a lot of times, this is how workplace bullying also comes about. Um, it could even come about even just by somebody just not liking you personally, whether it be about who you're with, things of that nature. Um, it could just be just the way, way you just dress. It could be any little frivolous thing that's outside of work, and that's how workplace bullying starts off, at just nitpicking, and a lot of times it has to do with just coworkers being unhappy, and they need something to vent out at, somebody to vent out at, so they dump everything onto the next coworker, which I think is unfair. I feel like a lot of managers need to really get checked and really have to really dot the I's across the T's and everything else. They really have to learn how to start treating people better accord, so this way they won't be no workplace or anything that's gonna be miserable and just toxic. These are things that could probably actually avoid a lot of toxicity in the workplace. These managers, all these people that's in these leadership positions, a lot of them, they don't know how to lead, in my opinion. They treat people like trash. They do not respect very good hard quality work. They make you work harder, and it just becomes too much overbearing. The co-workers, they become unhappy, and then everybody just start dumping each other, especially if they could feel like it's somebody that they could dump on that's weaker and that's not going to say anything. And I think there should be a lot of different more laws in place. There should be laws in place about any type of biasness of any type of matter due to workplace bullying, which goes for like whether it be religion, whether your orientation is anything of that nature. It should be, I think all managers and everybody else should definitely be penalized if they violate any of those type of things. And I think that's the major problem with a lot of the corporate America and just the workforce period, is that a lot of people in leadership positions, they're making the environment themselves toxic, and it's just making everybody else around them toxic too. So, I just don't understand. And hopefully, there got to be some changes being made. There should definitely be a lot more stiffer changes against there should be more stiffer penalties against a lot of these managers and all these people in leadership positions that are not really doing what they're supposed to do to keep the employees happy. The workplace bullying, there should definitely be some stiff penalties for that also. That includes even management also. Everybody should be able to get that same treatment when it comes down to stuff like that, because I think that's why there's a lot of toxic work environments and just a lot of workplace violence. And it all goes back to the management and whoever's in charge of all these leadership positions, all of them. You got to do a better job. It doesn't matter if you have a title of a manager, anything of that nature, any type of leadership position. At the end of the day, you have to treat people like people, and you have to treat them accordingly. You gotta treat people accordingly. I think that's the problem a lot of times with corporate America and just the workforce period. They treat people like there's nothing, and it all goes back to management, and they have to do a better job. The workplace bullying, they have to do a better job with that too. There should be equal, fair treatment for every worker, no matter what their background is, no matter what type of lifestyle they may be living outside of the workplace, which has nothing to do with work. These are things that basically, it shouldn't have to matter. And maybe the reduction of workplace bullying and toxic environments will definitely reduce a whole lot if the management would basically try to start keeping all the employees happy and start treating people a lot more fairly and equally instead of picking and choosing and things of that nature. I think things have to get done, and I think a lot of us, we need to start really speaking up and really start exposing a lot of these people that's in these big leadership positions that are not really doing what they're supposed to do, and that are pretty much running a lot of us workers into the ground purposely. And don't let it be a factor where also if it's race involved, the stuff like that, there's a lot of workplace bullying when it comes down to that. And it's just sad. I think there should be a lot more penalties for anything of that nature. And and it will just help create a better environment, in my opinion, if the managers and everybody else would start being more fair, start treating people more fair, start actually giving them better pay. Stop taking advantage of real good workers. Stop letting all the lazy workers, the lackluster workers, stop letting them get away with everything. And just keep it fair across the board. Just make everybody happy again, and it will be a big improvement in the work environment, and it will be even less workplace bullying, in my opinion. But as long as there's a toxicity in the workplace, and it's coming from the management, because management is always at the end of the day to blame with everything, all these companies. So if the employees are not happy, then guess what? Then nobody's gonna be happy in the company, and nobody's gonna really wanna. It's just gonna show. The performance is gonna show, and everything else, and that's just how it is. But let me know what y'all think about this, about toxic work environments and workplace bullying. Do you think something got to be done about this? Do we got to start raising our voices up some more about this thing? Start speaking up. Do you think that there will be any changes ever made with these things? Hopefully so, But I don't know. The way how things are looking these days, it is what it is at this point. But all we could do is just keep raising more awareness about it. And definitely let me know what y'all think about it. But like, subscribe, share 82 Brooklyn 7 and YouTube. Like, subscribe, share 82 Brooklyn 7 on YouTube, 82 Brooklyn 7 on TikTok, 82 Brooklyn 7 Instagram. Hit me up, follow me. Anybody want to do any collaboration on any videos, anything of that nature, whatever the case may be, because I'm a content creator. So just let me know and hit me up. Definitely leave your comments, subscribe, follow, like, share, all of that. Now, note, I'm ID5. Peace.